Hey everybody, this is Josh Sub, aka AskJoshy on YouTube, and today I'm bringing you a game between Machine of Team EG and Fenix of Team Fnatic. Fenix is going to be spawning as the red Terran up in the top right, Machine as the pink Zerg down in the bottom left, and the map is Steps of War. Machine recently, trying to cope with the changes in patch 12 to the Roach. And Ryan is whispering, so it's totally throwing off my concentration. What did you find out, Ryan? Okay, well that's neat. Okay, so Machine, again, struggling with patch 12 just a wee bit, telling us earlier that he didn't really know what to do without his lovely roaches, so I suggested to him that he try something that Cat's Root was doing, and that was a Zergling, Baneling, and Mutalisk build. And I actually saw Cats use that build yesterday, and on this very map, and he had a lot of success with it. So, Machine just droning up. Gonna keep that production tab open so I don't miss anything. Looks like Fenix is already starting his barracks and supply depot right there at the ramp, as all good turns should do, as well as a gas. Machine finally throwing down that spawning pool at 14. And it looks like he is going to send out a drone to start scouting as well. And, Fenix, things that we see from Terran on this map usually don't involve air a whole hell of a lot. Sometimes you'll see it from players like QXC or Quiet Rice. They're very aggressive players. But typically they get the orbital command, build a bunch of barracks. Sometimes we may see mass marine and tanks on this map just because of all these ledges, granting a lot of power to that. Also, you can siege up tanks right here on this cliff outside of the natural expansion, get vision with a medevac or Viking or something, and just wail away at that natural. So tanks, very common on this map if we don't see the air build from an aggressive player. So Fenix is going to walk around, he sees pretty much everything he needs to, spawning pool and hatchery, and back at his base he's already building that factory. No room for an add-on here at the barracks, so he's just going to spit out something like 1 Marine, 2 Marines, and maybe swap out this factory, start building a reactor or a tech lab. We'll just have to see. And Machine has his expo cranking away, a couple of Zerglings, got that first extractor coming up, so he is going to be, I would not be surprised to see the power Zergling build with Zergling speed, possibly an Evo chamber for +1 melee attacks, and then a transition into Banelings. But we'll just have to see. Again, Machine not really used to patch 12 just yet, so maybe he hasn't made up his mind. He is going to build a second queen. He's going to walk that first one over to his natural right as it finishes, which is always a good time-saving technique if you don't need a whole ton of Zerglings at the beginning. And he's actually going to transfer some drones over too as well. Let me get a look at the unit count. He's got 18 drones against 18 SCVs and a mule, so they're both players' economies very similar here. He's got a Hellion out, still no tech lab or reactor for either of these structures, and he's sending an SCV out for some reason. Not really sure. Sacking this SCV here too, just to mess with the enemy's AI a little bit. And obviously this Hellion is a good choice because all these units here for the Zerg player are light, and Hellions do bonus damage against light units. So he's going to be able to fry these drones, fry these Zerglings, and these Marines probably going to be able to take out this Queen here. Very nice by Fenix. If he can get, just a couple more Marines, couple more Hellions, he's going to be able to take out this Spinecrawler and pretty much have free reign to play around in Machine's base. Checking back, he is expanding at his natural expansion while still spitting out more and more Hellions. He has a really good position here on the ramp as Zerglings, if they even were to come around and attack, they would be pinned up against this wall and not able to get a good surround. But here, Machine just runs in with Zerglings and actually takes out that first Hellion. He's unable to, take out anything more. He chooses not to pursue Fenix back over here to the side. He doesn't know that Fenix hasn't really done a full retreat yet, so Fenix is going to keep rallying these Hellions. He's now building a second factory rather than a reactor. I mean, maybe he wants to get one of each, a tech lab and a reactor, I'm not sure yet, but this command center also coming along unhindered. He's got 3 Hellions and just 2 Marines. He might try to sneak up the ramp. I'm not sure. That Spinecrawler actually has really good coverage there on the ramp. You know, Zergling speed not done yet. If he is researching it, yeah, he is researching it. So it's still going to be a few seconds before he can get that Zergling speed out and be able to surround these Hellions very easily with them. And looking for any tech structures, he actually has not gotten a Roach Warren or a Baneling Nest. So a little unsure what he's going to be trying to do. He's getting that lair, so maybe he'll go for some Hydra-esque mass Hydras with a handful of Mutalisk support. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see. And finally, switching around these buildings, getting a tech lab on one factory and a reactor on his barracks. He's just going to go for straight... Oh, armory. That's always good to see, too. And a third factory. So we're going to see a nice mech mix, as well as just a handful of Marines to support. Oh, wait, maybe not. He's going to switch that factory over with that reactor and start cranking out Hellions, as that is the only unit a factory with a reactor can produce. Finally, Zergling speed is done. Machine runs in to get this around on these Hellions. He's going to be a little... he might be able to get them all here without too many losses. He was able to kill those Marines very quickly, and he runs half of the Speedlings away. That's kind of interesting. Maybe just preparing in case his Zerglings did all get fried, but now these Zerglings are going to have free reign with Phoenix's base. Oh, Machine is in a very good position here, as Phoenix was building so many unit-producing structures and not enough units. I mean, he also took that time to expand early and build an armory, preparing for Thors. He might get one out. No, he went for the Hellion instead with that Tech Lab factory. He's just spamming Hellions now with these Speedlings able to surround. Speedlings are the fastest ground unit by far, so they are able to outrun those Hellions. And now if he can just take these into the mineral line, I feel like that would be a better choice for him. Do as much damage as he can without losing them to, you know, fresh Hellions. However, you know, Machine is the player, I'm just the caster, so... Man, really would have liked to see those Speedlings, though, taking out some SCVs rather than just waiting for these Hellions to pop out and get fried. Ooh, he's able to kill that one right there. That was really fortunate for him, as it was down to about 3 HP. But now, just the last couple of Zerglings getting taken down here at the natural, and, you know, Machine is back down to basically nothing. 10 Zerglings, 42 drones. Oh, he's got 5 Hydras on the field, so he was doing a lot of macro during that battle scene sequence, and you know, he's got Hydras out on the field. They are going to be able to kill these Hellions pretty well. Hellions do bonus damage, but you know, ooh, we got the pre-igniter upgrade too. How did I miss that? That's going to increase the Hellion range and actually, you know, help him a lot against these Hydralisks. Hellion range with that igniter upgrade, still 6, Hydralisk range still 6, but now the bonus damage is plus 16 rather than just plus 6. So he's going to be able to torch these Hydras, especially if they get in a line, which they are prone to doing, as you check this out. If you get a Hellion right here, he could blast all 4 of these. But Speedlings, again, also very prone to that bonus damage of the Hellions, so he's just going to keep cranking them out. Lots and lots of Hellions, and finally a Thor is about to pop out for Phoenix, as well as a tank. So yeah, heavy mech build, still no reactor or tech lab over on this barracks, and he is going to get weapon upgrades, which, you know, makes sense since he's getting so many mech units. Machine pressing in now with about 16 Hydralisks. Look at all these Hellions at the top of the ramp, holding very well, frying all these Hydralisks and Speedlings. This Thor is just picking off whatever it can. They kill Hydralisks extremely quickly as well, but Machine just had too many units. He's got 7 full health Hydralisks. He needs to get in there now, start doing some damage to that probe line, or the SEV line, before more units can come out and take him out. He's sending more Speedlings and more Hydralisks across the field now. I really like the position the Machines finds himself in here. He's going to be taking out these tanks. One tank goes down. The second tank, they have a pretty quick rate of fire, actually, even though it's listed as slow, but all these Hydralisks still alive, still in good shape. These Hydralisks are getting torched by that pre-igniter. Look at that, just 3 or 4 shots. And Phoenix calls GG. Machine takes Game 1 in this Lickitung monthly tournament.